and let me share the screen with you. Here are the verses, and we have seen until the 25th verse. As you can see, the number of this seventh chapter of the sixth canto. So 6.7.25 we have been seeing, and a big change in the Swarga Loka, in the Devata Loka. They have the Devata Loka was abandoned by their own guru, Brihaspati ji. Now they are without a guru. So then we saw that one of Aditi's son, whose name was Twashta. Twashta is a Devata in the Veda also. He is Aditya, one of the Adityas, one of the 12 Adityas. He married an Asuri, a demoness by name Rachana. Rachana. All these are nice names, Rachana and all. In this context, it is the name of a Asuri. And but she was very good, it seems, because they had a great son by name Vishwarupa, and Brahmaji, who is so concerned about the Devatas without a guru. Right? How much are we all concerned of our own lives without a guru, right? So only somebody who is Acharya has to say the importance. And Brahmaji did that for the Devata, and Devata were also terribly missing Brihaspati, and Brahmaji's advice was a big surprise. They said, as a stopgap arrangement for the time being, you go and plead the son of this Asuri, Rachana, whose name is Vishwarupa. Go and don't show your attitude like you did to Brihaspati. Brihaspati abandoned Devatas because Indra had an attitude towards Brihaspati. This word attitude is a negative word in the American context, showing an attitude basically. And we saw all that last week. And so let us see when they go and request Tvashta and Rachana's son, Vishwarupa, what is his response, right? So this is what we're going to see this week and complete this chapter. So some 15 shlokas are there, as you know. I quickly read the shloka and go to the meaning and connections and keep moving. So this is shloka number 26 onwards for you. Sri Shukauvacha Tayeva Mudita Rajan Brahmana Vigadajwaraha Rishim Twashtra Mupavrajya Parishwajyeda Mabruvan. Shuka is speaking to Parikshit. Hey Rajan Parikshit, Tayevam Mudita. When Brahma spoke thus, Vigata Jwaraha, when Brahma spoke about the substitute, your main player is injured, your main player in the cricket is, retired, then you have a good substitute, arguably an equally good substitute. And when the Devatas heard about that from Brahmaji, they were so Vigata Jwaraha, they were so relieved. Oh my God, thankfully we have somebody to take the place of our Guru. Rishim Twashtrum. Twashtra is the name for the son of Twashta, who is Vishwarupa. Upavrajya, go towards him. Parishvaj, then all these Devatas as a group, as a big group, went towards Vishwarupa and with folded hands. And as soon as they saw Vishwarupa, they were hugging Vishwarupa. In cricket, when somebody gets a wicket, everybody goes and hugs that person. Likewise, all the Devatas, one after other, went to Vishwarupa and hugged him. Okay? Because Brahmaji had advised, don't show your attitude towards him. And he may, because he's got a background of being an Asura, you cannot expect all those values which you want, which you demand and all that. So be very accommodative of Tvashtra, Vishwarupa. That was advised by Brahmaji. So they were all open for accepting Vishwarupa. And then Devatas were saying this to Vishwarupa. Deva uchuhu vayam te titayah prapta ashramam bhadramastu te kama sampadyatam tata pitrinam samayochitah. They're very talking very nicely. They're communicating their need, their request in a very effective way. They want to do that. Vayam te, hey Vishwarupa, we are your atithis. We are your guests. We are somebody who is seeking your help. Ashramam, we came running towards your ashramam, towards your hermit. Bhadramastu te. Ashramam, which is Bhadram for everybody, which is so, giving protection to everybody. That kind of an ashram you have, and we have come towards that ashram. Kama sampadyatam tata pidrunam samayojitah. And devatas are reminding Vishwarupa, we are like your ancestors, we are like your father. Because Vishwarupa's father is Tvashta, Tvashta's mother is Aditi, and Aditi with Kashyapa are the parents for all the devatas, including Indra. So they're reminding Vishwarupa, we are of the same status as your own father. And Tata Kama Sampadyatam, may you accomplish our desire, our mission. Now, the devatas have already lost the battle. Once the Brihaspati left, devatas terribly lost. The asuras were waiting. On the contrary, they took the advice of their guru, Shukracharya, and they chased away all the devatas. They broke their limbs and all that. We saw that last week. So really the devatas have no place to hide. They have no power. They're in a very desperate situation. Putranam hi paro dharmah pitrushushrushanam satam apiputravataam brahman kimuta brahmacharinam. You know what is the responsibility of a son? They're reminding Vishwarupa. Now that they're trying to establish themselves as equivalent to his own father, now they're trying to put some accountability, responsibility in his head by saying a rule, by saying a norm. What is a norm? Putranami paro dharma. What is a parama dharma? What is the highest dharma of any child? The highest dharma of any child is Pitrusrushrushanam. Any child, however old you may be, if you are a child and if you have everybody is a child. If you have your parents, Pitre, to take care of your parents, Satham, always, not once in a while visiting and checking on them and coming back. If you have people to take care, nowadays there are arrangements and systems and all that, but you have to be on the top of it, on the top of taking care of your parents. Who is saying this? Devatas are saying to Vishwarupa. Okay. Now, they're also adding one, a supplement to that rule. This rule is for people, grihasthas, like people who have families. People who have families where they have to take care of their kids, even them, they're responsible towards their parents. Hey Vishwarupa, what to talk about you? You are a brahmachari. So for you it is even more significant, even more upon you. The burden is upon you to take care of people like us who are like your parents. Look how nicely they are trying to convince him. Acharyo Brahmano Murtihi Pita Murti Prajapatehe Bhrata Marutpater Murtihi Mata Sakshat Shites Tanuhu. See, these are some of the verses where we get some, Dharma Shastra also. Dharma Shastra means, some of the ways we can conduct ourselves because you're all playing different roles. Look at that. Then they're also, the Devatas are full of knowledge and they want Vishwarupa to be on their side and do yaga and puja and get back all their powers so they can win over the asuras. They can go back and defeat the other asuras. But they're taking some time to communicate and put some sense to Vishwarupa, put more sense to his mind. So they're quoting some rules. Acharya is your own Acharya, is like Brahmaji. If you have a guru, if you have a teacher, he's like Brahma for you. Because he has got Saraswati. Who? Brahma has got Saraswati in his tongue. Right? Brahma has a faculty of speech, which is the Veda. It is Saraswati's blessings. Without Saraswati, Brahma won't be able to give the Vedas. So when the Acharya gives the Veda Shastra, the Vedanta, the Veda Tattva to you, the Vaidika Dharma to you, he is like Brahma, is of the Murti of Brahma. Pita Prajapate, your own father is like the Prajapati, like Daksha and all those Prajapati. What was the job of the Prajapati? Is to create noble creatures, create beings. Kashyapa is also like a Prajapati. He created the Devatas. He was the cause for the birth of all the birds and reptiles and all. So, for the sake of the well-being of the entire, everybody is connected to everybody. So that way, creation. So your parents do the job of creation. So father is like a Prajapati. Bhrata Marut Pater Murtihi, your own brother is like your protector, like Indra. Indra is the head of all the Devatas. He is responsible for all Devatas. So your own brothers are like like Indra for you. Mata Sakshat Kshites Tanuhu. Your mother is Prithvi. Means what? If everybody was got, all our mothers are like the Mother Earth. One name for Mother Earth is Kshama. Kshitihi, Kshama. Means what, Patience. So of all the people in your life, the one person who stands out in being very patient with you is your mother. So worshipping mother is like worshipping the entire earth. Dayaya Bhagini Murtihi. How about sisters? A lot of sisters are here. So sisters are like the embodiment of compassion, mercy. If you want to experience mercy, if you want to experience daya, being very considerate, being very regardful of yourself, you can see that the personified form of daya is your sister, everyone's sister. Dharmasyatma titihi. How can you be in touch with the dharma? Huh? What is the personified embodiment of dharma? Don't look around. If you have an atiti, when you welcome guests, when you serve guests, even when you had to lock the room and go out somewhere, still you wait for the guest to come and sit, have a sip of water, and kindly, politely tell him what else you can do, and then you have an appointment and all that later. Not right away. Hey, I have an appointment. Don't come now. No. Okay. So, likewise, if you can treat your guest, then you have practiced the highest dharma because guests are like a atiti. Atiti are like the embodiment of dharma. Then Agner, let us do the next verse, 30th. Agner abhya gato murtihi sarva bhutani chatmanah tasmat pitrinam arthanam artim parabhavam. Suppose if you have a guest who is permanently staying in your house. In India it happens. I know some people who are taking care of some other person who are a very distant relative forever. Somehow from a child, with some adoption or something like that, no, or some kind of a relationship, and that person stays in the house, he has nowhere to go. And I know families in India where that person is now, 85, 90, and he's still in their house, and they're taking care of him, okay, like that. So suppose if you have guests who are staying for a longer time, then they are of the form of Agni Devata. Agni Devata means what? The Devata which is helping you in practicing all your dharma, lighting up the lamp and worshipping and whatnot, and Agni, Arati and all that. So your entire worship is done for the day. If you only can accommodate somebody, with your agreement has come to, stay for a while at your place. Now, Sarva Bhutani Chatmana. This is all possible only when you have the attitude that Sarva Bhutani, all the beings are, my Atma is Mahatma. Maha means what? My Atma is not just this Atma, but the Atma in everybody is not separate from this Atma. That is Mahatma. Expansion is Maha. Tasmat Pitrinam Attanam. So, therefore, the Pitrinam Arthanam Artim Parabhavam Tapasa Panayanam Stat Sandesham Kartumarhasvi. So, therefore, Vishwarupa, the Devatas are saying to Vishwarupa, Pitrinam Arthanam Artim Parabhavam. May you help us to come out of this desperate situation, helpless situation. We are in terrible need of your help. You please be a friend in need. A friend in need is a friend indeed. So, may you use your tapascharya, the power of your tapas, for sandeshum kartumarhasi. May you listen to us and accomplish our mission for us. Vrinimahe topadhyayam brahmishtam brahmanam gurum yathanjasa vijeshyamah sapatnastava tejasa. Vrinimahe, maybe we are going to make you our guru. So they are saying that the Devatas are saying, we are surrendering to you. You become our guru. We take refuge in you because you are Brahmishtam. You are a Brahma Jnani, Brahmanishta, a Brahmanam, and you are a scholar also. See, remember these two words, Brahmishtam and Brahmanam. Brahmishta means one who is a Brahma Jnani, one who is a Jnani, a wise person. A wise person need not be a Brahmanam. He need not, here the word Brahmana means one who knows the Vedas in this context. So, a wise person need not know the entire Veda. A wise person need not even know Vedanta. That is why we get so confused. We see people going around, some Mahatmas, huge, large number of people, 5,000, 10,000, sold out tickets to meet that Mahatma. And then you think there is something, he's got some shortcuts. He may be a Brahma Jnani and you feel missed out. Okay, and you keep watching on the YouTube and whatnot and things like that, and getting some every now and then some tidbits from such Mahatmas who are very popular, because you give a benefit of doubt that they are Brahmishtam, they are Brahmanishta. Okay? But it is so unverifiable. You would never know. You can only keep giving benefit of doubt and going through cycles of spiritual trip. No journey, only tripping, tick, 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 like that, going around. Like no? In the electric circuit, tripping means what? The power going off. And then you put it on. And then tripping. That is tripping. But one thing you can always verify is if that person is a Brahmana. Here, what the word Brahmana means, not somebody who is born in a Brahmin family. Here, the word Brahmana means one who knows the Vedas, Vedantas, Shankara Bhashyam, Brahma Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, some Bhagavatam. This person is a Brahmana. That you can verify. You can ask me, where did you study your Vedanta? I can tell I studied with Puja Swamiji. And what all was the syllabus? You can ask me. We studied the entire Gita, Brahma Sutra. We studied 10 Upanishads with Shankara Bhashya. Okay? And do you have a proof? Yes, I have my graduation picture now. What I'm trying to say is you can find out. It is very easy to find out if that person is a Brahmana. But if you don't have pay any regards to that, I don't care. If you say I don't care if he is a Brahmana, I don't care if he knows the Vedanta. I only know he is very popular, and I'm giving the benefit of doubt. He is a Brahmanishta, and I'm going to keep going around, flying all the way where to Tennessee, to North Carolina, to California, to Florida, because those Mahatmas are sometimes, visiting those nice places sometimes. So, okay. So, or going all the way to India because, they're doing a big Shivaratri event and whatnot and things like that. So, what I'm trying to say is that will go on forever. You think you're smart, by the end of the day, by the end of the year, you have only made some, vacation trips, that's all. So here, Vishwarupa is both a Brahmana and a Brahmishtam. That Devatas know very clearly. So they are saying, you can make us win effortlessly. आपका दायां हाथ का खेल है. दायां हाथ का खेल means it is your left hand. You can, play for you. You are so efficient. You can make us win with your power of your tapascharya. So may you help us. Nagarhayanti Yartheshu yavishtangriyaभिवादनम छन्दोभ्योऽन्यत्र Brahman Vayojyaishtyasya Karanam. They are saying, we are doing Sashtang Namaskara to you. Don't care about our ages. We may be older than you. That doesn't matter. When it comes to doing pranams, what really matters is not the age. The first criteria is the knowledge, the Brahma Vidya, the Atma Vidya, the Veda Vidya, the Vedanta Vidya. So that way, we can do pranams to you. That is how you all our devotees, you all, do pranam, take blessings from people younger than you also, if they are Veda Pandits, if they are Gurus, if they are Swamis, all coming from this kind of an attitude is because of the knowledge, giving value for the knowledge, giving value for the parampara. Swami Dayananji's parampara. And you also belong to that parampara. So you just do your pranam like that, right? So that is how it works. Rishuruvacha. Rishis are saying, Abhyatita Suraganaihi Paurohitye Mahatapaha Savishwarupasthana Prasanna Slakshnaya Gira. So, now that having been requested, pleaded, in such a nice way. You have to know communication skills. Communication is an art and also a science. So the Devatas, you have to learn from the Devatas how to speak like this. And having heard such a nice presentation of their problem and also requesting for the solution, Vishwarupa is so pleased. But he is a jnani. So he has to say something also. He cannot say, I'm so pleased, you made me so happy, I will do whatever you want. That is not how he is going to speak. He has got to say what he feels like saying also. Let us see what he says. Vishwarupa uvacha vigarhitam dharmashilaihi brahmavarcha upavyayam katham nu madvidho nath lokeshairabhiyachitam. He is saying, surprisingly, he is not very pleased. Okay, he is going to do the job. Don't worry, that is the conclusion. But initially he says, vigarhitam. You are asking me to be your preceptor. You are asking me to be your acharya for the sake of doing havan, yaga, and all those kamya karma. The yagas which are meant to destroy your shatru. Such kind of practices have been denounced. They have been condemned by Dharmashila. Dharmashilas are people who know Dharma. If they look at me as somebody who has done a yaga for the sake of destroying Shatru, they'll go like this. He is not our level. He is one level below because he does such kind of yagas like black magic. People who do black magic and all that, you stay away from them, right? Because you think them, to be of a different mind. So likewise, people will stay away. All those noble, learned person will stay away from me for doing such yagas. All right? Katam namad vidho nath lokeshairabhiyachitam. And you are all loka ishvaraha. Hey, Devatas, you are all like Ishvara for the entire loka. Because of you, because of Varuna, Indra, Agni, all these Devatas, the planet is, functioning. They are so powerful. And you have come and asked, of all the requests, you have placed this request of doing such yagas for you. Okay? So I am in a dilemma whether to listen to you who know everything. Who know this is bad, but you still want me to do, whether to listen to you or to go by the books, static, Dharma Shastra, and saying, oh, don't do black magic and whatnot and things like that. He's not going to do black magic. I'm just giving that example to make you understand the situation. Pratyagaatma tachishyah sayeva swartha uchyate. Look at this big, magnanimous heart. He says, I'm going to follow what you're saying because I'm like your Shishya in reality. You may call me your Guru, but I've learned so much from you, so much from your parampara. My father, Vishwarupa's father is Twashta, who is like brothers of the Devatas. So when you have your uncles around, when you have your aunts around when you're young, you learn so much from them also. So that way he says, in a way, I'm like your Shishya, and following what you're saying, in spite of what Vishwarupa thought, in spite of what Vishwarupa said about all those yagas, he says, I'm going to consider following your request as my own request. Following what you are saying is what I'm going to consider as for my own benefit. So I'm going to do something for you, what you want, with the attitude that it is for my good. Okay? That is how he's speaking. Look at how nicely they're all communicating. You're all belonging to this parampara. of communicating so nicely what you feel, right? We have to keep it up. Then you become a Rishi Parampara. Then you are maintaining the Rishi Parampara. Puji Swamiji's most important topic is how to communicate, how to respond in a healthy way. Akinchana hi dhanam shilo, akinchana hi dhanam shilochanam, teneha nirvartita sadhu satkriyaha, katam vigarhyan nu karom yadhishvaraha, pauro dhana dasam khrishyati yena durmatihi. Twashta's son Vishwarupa is saying, is reminding the Devatas what he is. He is Akinchana. His Dhanamish Shilochanam. He says, Twashta's son Vishwarupa is saying, he is not dependent on anything in the world, even for his food. There are Brahmanas who still exist in our country, in our forefathers' land, in India. What they do, they are Uncha Vritti Brahmana. Uncha Vritti means what? They don't even beg. After the harvest has happened, when they thrash the grains and collect everything, and look at the farmers also, they are also very dharmic. They would leave some, intentionally leave some. They won't clean it. They won't use a vacuum, okay, and remove all the last bit of grain. No, they won't do that. They will leave something like that. So the birds can eat, some animals can feed, but more importantly, these brahmanas also collect. The Uncha Vritti brahmanas also go there and collect those grains. And sometimes even the Vanijya, the shopkeeper also does that. He has got a grain. He measures the grain and keeps some grains will spill here and there. He will leave it there. Even today in India, if you come to some shops, the vegetables are gone bad or they're going bad or they look, dry, old, they will put it outside. They will not throw it in the trash. And in the night times, cows come and they munch on that. Look at how nice the system is. So Vishwarupa is saying he is like that Brahmana. He only depends on such small things for his life. But and why? For what reason? Because he wants zero karma. He doesn't want any karma based on he taking something from somebody. Like in the yaga, you have to take dakshina. Dakshina is important for yaga. So that is what is meaning also. So after all the yaga, Shatru, Nashana yaga, they'll give a lot of dakshina. Even today, I'm pretty sure such yagas are happening in big places. Where? In places where they're big business people. And you know what? What is their Shatru? Their Shatrus might be their own brothers, their own sisters, or their own brother-in-law, sister-in-law, their families. And they conduct these yagas. And they give huge dakshina because that has to be also there for the fulfillment of the yaga. And if Vishwarupa is getting that dakshina like that from the Devatas, you know how much they can give. But he has to take some dakshina. That is a part of the yaga. He says, I am such a person who wants no karma, no sanchita karma, no agami karma. And you are putting me in such a situation. Because such kind of yagas, there are so many people. He's saying there are so many people, so many pandits who will be happy to do it for you. But they are considered as durmatihi. They are considered as people with no vision, no far-sighted vision. So you are trying to put me also like one of them, but it's okay. Karomi, I will do it for you. Because you're all like Ishvara for me. तथा विनप्रति भूयान गुरुभिः प्रार्थितं कियत् भवतां प्रार्थितं सर्वं प्राणैरर्थैश्च साधये. I will not say, I will not argue with you. I will not say no to you. You are like in the status of my guru. Look, Devatas are taking him as the guru. He is taking the Devatas as the guru. Look at the great attitude. And you're in the Guru Sthana and you're asking for something, right? Even Bhagavan Sri Krishna, and today I won't have time to say the Krishna Leela, so I'll tell now only. When he graduated from his Sandipani college in Ujjain, right? That was the Patashala where he studied. He had to give something for his guru. And the guru said, I don't want anything from you, Lala Krishna. You being my student was itself a great pleasure for me. But the Guru Patni had a request to bring back their dead son. So Krishna did that for them. So what I'm trying to say is, once you take somebody as a guru, then whatever they ask, he's trying to, Vishwarupa is trying to do that for them. Bhavatam prarthitam sarvam pranayirashwar. I will give even my life. What to talk about all these things? I'll definitely do it for you. So last few shlokas, Sri Shuka Uvacha, Tebhya Evam, Shuka is saying now, Evam Pratishrutya Vishwarupo Mahatapaha Paurohityam Ritaschakre Paramena Samadhina, with so much focus, so much attention, so much Shraddha and Bhakti and knowledge. Vishwarupa is becoming the Acharya, the Purohita, the Pandit, the conductor of the rituals for the Devatas, after saying so much. What happened? Surad Visham Shriyam Guptam Aushanasyapi Vidyaya Achityadan Mahendraya Vaishnavya Vidyaya Vibhuhu. This Vaishnavi Vidya. Vaishnavi Vidya means Vishnu Vidya. Vishnu, Yajñovai Vishnu. So in Veda there's a mantra saying Yaga, one of the meaning for the word Yaga is Vishnu, or Vishnu's word meaning is Yaga. So with all the knowledge he had regarding the Yaga, he made the Devatas more powerful. Mahendraya, for the sake of Indra and all the Devatas. With the Vaishnavi Vidya, he performed the yaga. Yaya Gupta Sahasrakshah Jigye Surachamur Vibhuhu Asurachamur Vibhuhu Tam Prahasa Mahendraya Vishwarupa Udaradihi. So, effortlessly the Devatas won this time against the Asuras. Guptas, they're going to win that because of this yaga. Gupta Jigye Asura, for the sake of destroying the Asuras, uska with the Udaradi. Vishwarupa is Udaradi because he says very selfless. Udaradi means very selfless. With a selfless attitude, Vishwarupa performed the yaga for them. So that concludes this chapter. Iti Srimad Bhagavate Mahapurane Paramahamsayam Samhitayam Sashtama Skande Saptamodhyaya Sampurnam. So once we finish an Adhyaya, we can chant Sri Haraye Namaha 3 or 4 times. Sri Haraye Namaha, Sri Haraye Namaha, Sri Haraye Namaha, Sri Haraye Namaha. Sarvatra Govinda Nama Sankirtanam Govinda Govinda. The next chapter is for next week, but look at the title. The next chapter is Narayana Kavacha. So what is that Narayana Kavacha? The Kavacha means the protection. Narayana Kavacha is a very famous set of shlokas. Like Hanuman Chalisa, it is very famous. But it is in Sanskrit. So we're going to see the Narayana Kavacha when we come back next time. So here I would like to conclude and wait for our host to play the concluding prayers by Swami Pratyagaatma Ji.